Hello, and welcome to a random and holistic Sonic lore podcast. I am Devon, one of the students.
I'm Morg, the other student.
And I'm Dan, the teacher. And this week, we watched some more Sonic X. We got to the mid-season finale of Season 1. We are 1/6 of the way through the show, I think. I don't know how long Season 2 is. It might be less than that.
You said it's based off Sonic Adventure 2?
Season 2 is based on Sonic Adventure 1 and 2. And there's also a couple other episodes that... Season 2, 26 episodes, divided between Sonic Adventure 1, Sonic Adventure 2. There was also some other one-off episodes. Some episodes based on Sonic Battle.
What? Oh. What's Sonic Battle? I know Sonic Adventure 2 Battle.
Yeah. Sonic Battle is a... Sonic Battle is this... It's a GBA game that's basically a Sonic Arena fighter. Less Smash Brothers and more Power Stone. It's a weird little game. It's got a lot of story, surprisingly. It also basically is the biggest source of confirmation of like this one particular theory about Shadow the Hedgehog that I elaborated upon a long time ago, about a year ago on an episode of Slappers Only.
It's that Shadow is trans.
Yeah, that one. I feel like there's news, but I can't... Well, I do know, I think some more trailers have gone up for, the Sonic 2 movie. It definitely appears to be the plot involves, like, Carrie Eggman coming back. He's recruited Stone, and he's also recruited Knuckles the Echidna, who is voiced by Idris Elba. Sonic and Knuckles fight. I think Sonic is, like, spending some time trying to come up with a superhero persona. And I think, let's see, I know that, other stuff is, okay, I just, was scrolling through, a forum thread that I often check for news, and it does look like the plush company that makes, like, the Sonic plushes, the Tangle and Whisper plushes and whatnot, made a Fang the Sniper plush. I like that guy. I'm just looking at some of their other products on their Twitter. I did not know this. I will have to bring it up on Pot of Greed. They do make Yu-Gi-Oh! Plushes, and it does include a Rainbow Karibo, multiple blue eyes. Yeah. You got your Yugi, your Yami, your Kaiba, your Joey, Dark Magician Girl. I will have to bring this up on another podcast. But that's it for now. Other than that, let's see. New issue of Bad Guys came out. I haven't read it yet, but I'm really looking forward to it. I think it came out a few days before this recording.
How you get, Cat?
And I think that's all the big news. So, we are going to be talking about starting on Season 1, Episode 11. It's got two different names in the sub and the dub. Mm-hmm. I'll read them both off. The U.S. It's also really confusing because Netflix uses the Japanese titles. even though it is the 4Kids dub, I don't think you can set it to be like the Japanese dub. But
you sure can't find Sonic X on Crunchyroll.
Wait, is that like sarcastic or for real? Is it not on there?
It's not on there.
Okay.
Sorry, I was sighing at the same time, so I sounded sarcastic. But no, I watched it. I mean, a lot of times I'll watch it on,
You know where.
But
you know where to look.
I watched it on YouTube today, because it was... The parts were actually there.
Neat.
It surprised me.
But yes, the dub title is Fly Spy, and the Japanese title is The Mysterious and Beautiful Thief, Rouge.
Oh, that's weird. My dub title was Topaz Gets a Girlfriend.
Yeah. It's mostly about Topaz getting a girlfriend.
It really feels like
a girlfriend that bullies her. We love it.
Sometimes you like a mean lady.
Mm-hmm. We open with Rouge spying on a building that I think is supposed to be a museum, but does have a flame pattern on the walls.
It's a really cool museum.
This is
Hot Rod
Guy Fieri's museum and Guy Fieri's personal jewel collection.
Yeah.
Yes.
She's in Flavortown.
That's what this place is, actually.
Yeah, like a few rooms over, there's like a restaurant that's closed right now because it's the middle of the night, but, oh boy, you can just feel the cuspation. These security guards spot Rouge going for the jewels.
They're going for the jewel.
I don't know why. I started the English one by accident, so I saw that they cut out the guys playing blackjack in the 4Kids dub.
Cards are evil.
It's gambling.
It's gambling.
And never before has 4Kids hosted a show where the entire premise is kind of gambling. Looking at Yu-Gi-Oh!
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean...
Blackjack is the bad kind of gambling, and Yu-Gi-Oh! Is the good kind of gambling.
Oh, you're so right.
Yes.
Obviously.
Yeah, booster packs. Those are legit. You can buy. Kids definitely know where to find a secondary market.
Yeah.
Rouge is, going through, Rouge, steals this jewel. She, leaves a calling card. It's fun. It does appear that she escaped through an airlifted dome. The dome looks like it got airlifted or something, or lifted by a crane.
She can just do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not really sure.
Mm-hmm.
Things Rouge can do that.
Yeah. She flies away, eyeing her beautiful bounty, but she says, it's no Chaos Emerald, but it'll do.
She says, this shit sucks,
it's not
but
magical.
It's fine for now.
Mm-hmm.
Girls.
Yeah, it's not a, it's no legendary loot, but it is a blue tier. It'll do.
I like that she just steals stuff for the fun of it. She just likes jewelry.
Mm-hmm.
And shiny shit. She's like...
It's good to tell her no.
I don't gotta eat, I just gotta have rocks.
All the world's gems are hers to keep. So, we get the OP, and then we see the next day, Cream, watching on TV, a news report about how there's been a series of jewel heists throughout the city. Then Amy comes into the room with some pizza. She's looking for Sonic, but since Sonic's not here, she gives the pizza to Cream.
Sonic's Isn't he just on the roof?
No, he's on the plane with Tails and a child.
Chris.
Chris, there we go.
Oh, you're so right. Sorry, it was the next episode where he's on the roof.
Yeah.
He's usually on the roof if he's at home. He just loves that.
He really loves the roof.
He had to parkour for that view. So the boys are flying around looking for emeralds. There's like a...
Guess they use the emerald that's in the ship to, like, ding with other emeralds, is that?
Yeah, it looks like they've set up a dragon radar, but with chaos emeralds.
Yeah. Sonic almost falls out of the plane.
Mm-hmm.
Or falls off the plane. He does fall out of it.
Yeah, because Tails just does, like, a barrel roll maneuver out of nowhere, and Sonic is like, oh!
Mm-hmm. He's, like, clinging to the bottom.
Next we cut to the fucking White House.
It's the White House. It's the president, who, if we haven't mentioned before, looks like a sort of fusion of, like, Richard Nixon and maybe George Bush? I don't know.
Maybe Reagan.
It's like, he's like three different Republican presidents at once. And he is having this meeting with his staff. I think they might be the military of this world. It might be Gunn. They're talking about how Eggman is a threat to national security, and they need to figure out a way to deal with this Eggman situation.
The president is just like, can't we just kill him? And they say, no, that would be far too difficult. And I say, are you sure? He is just one guy.
They do try to kill him.
Mm-hmm.
He is just one guy, though.
He just has good security.
Mm-hmm.
Normally I'm with you, Devon, but he actually has like a fuck ton of robots.
I am just saying he is one guy.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they need to get Sonic. So they actually need... I just heard it now.
I mean, that is kind of what they try to do in this, but I don't know if they necessarily succeeded.
Right, that's what I was gonna say. Like, they can only get, like, Eggman to do his shit when Sonic's involved, and so they need to get Sonic on their side. So they're like, okay, we gotta, like... We don't even know if Sonic can speak English.
And then they're like, of course, we have secret intelligence that he can.
Yeah.
Because we've been stalking him.
We made a school teacher a plant, and yeah.
And we told him where, so actually it cuts to the school where the school teacher sees Chris drawing an emerald.
Drawing a chaos emerald, and it's red, and he's like, aren't emeralds green? And Chris is like, ah, shit.
Ah, shit. Ah, fuck.
I'm colorblind.
There's a little prompt on the corner of the screen that says, Mr. Stewart will remember that.
Did you guys ever see the Adventure Time episode where Finn had to get a big old ruby because he thought it was red, and it turns out it was an emerald because Finn is colorblind?
Oh no!
I've never seen the show, but I have heard of that bit.
I don't know, that just made me think of that bit, and it's my favorite bit in that show.
Mm-hmm.
That's a pretty good bit. I've only seen a couple episodes, unfortunately. And not that one.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember seeing a post about it, but that's it.
So doesn't the teacher, like, tell Chris, like, I heard of a red emerald somewhere, woo!
Maybe it's in this
Heights.
It's in this abandoned warehouse. Why it's lonesome.
Chris is excited about this. He's so excited he, like, gets up and, like, the chair he's sitting on falls to the floor.
I would comment about how, like, cartoonishly bad this intelligence agent is at manipulating this child, but then I'm like, that's just how they do. That's real.
Yeah. I mean...
That's what the intelligence agents do.
Yeah. He's... Thankfully, he is he is dealing with a not particularly bright child. So, I mean...
Yeah, you're right.
I'm just thinking of, like, various undercover agents that have been very obvious. Like, I remember this, like, Twitter thread Chelsea Manning made, like, a couple months after she got out of prison, where it's like...
Oh, of all the people just following her?
Yeah, she was, like, taking a photo of a guy, like, hey, this guy is obviously a federal agent, I can tell. He's wearing the shoes that are supposed to look like regular boots, but are military boots. But it's still got the fucking combat boot markings on the bottom, so I can just look at that.
You can also just, like, sometimes see an undercover cop, like, having a bulletproof vest, like, under their shirts. Like, so I assume it's similar to, like, intelligence agency guys, where you can just kind of be like, you're a little sus.
You're clearly just, like, wearing a whole other outfit under that outfit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Rouge also overhears, like, this fun little tidbit of information about the emerald.
Yeah, because Rouge is also stalking a child.
Yeah.
She was looking for Sonic or something? Who knows? Who knows why the fuck she's there? But she is.
Yeah. After school, Chris introduces his friend Danny to Tails and Amy. They decide they're gonna go check out that factory. Sonic's not here yet. He already left. And then we see Sonic. He runs up to a fork in the road with a sign that says factory on it.
It just says factory.
It's a Looney Tunes bit.
Yeah.
He thinks, well, obviously that's where the factory is. I better go there.
Guess I'll go that way.
No one would ever change this very not stuck into the ground sign.
Mm-hmm. He runs away and the sign falls. And it turns out it was like flipped around by Rouge or something.
The sign falls because the plane goes by too. The
plane goes by.
I always call it a plane, but it's like a robot.
I mean, you could call it a plane. It's
a Gundam.
It's a Gundam.
It's a fucking Gundam.
It's a... So, Rouge then leaves to this factory that is definitely a normal abandoned factory and not a CIA plant. And...
What would a widowed emerald be doing in here?
Unfortunately, she has been ambushed by... I'm just gonna call them Gun, because I don't think they really specify what organization they are. If they're police or military. They seem to be some sort of government group. And high enough that they get to talk to the president directly.
At first I thought they were cops because of how they're dressed.
Yeah, they've got like blue uniforms. It's very SWAT officer.
They got blue uniforms because they love Sonic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
not the right blue.
Well, they haven't seen him much. He's always been a blur.
He is a blue blur, yes. These are just the fucking humans from that Sonic fan film.
God.
One of them is... We didn't see him, but the Nostalgia Critic is definitely one of them.
God.
I forgot about that fan film.
I forgot the Nostalgia Critic was in it.
The Nostalgia Critic and the Angry Video Game Nerd.
I know.
They're at last.
What a way to just, like, seal your movie in a point of time.
Yeah. But yeah, so Rouge goes to the plant. She sees a glass ball. Then all these lights, like, turn on her and they're like, we got you! And then they're like, fuck, you're not Sonic. Shit. Mm-hmm.
Why are you... God damn it.
You're another weird talking animal, though, I guess. Good enough.
Yeah. a female cop walks up to her to handcuff her.
Well, Rouge says, "You cuff me." She points her out.
Oh, I didn't notice that part.
Rouge is like, "Aren't you gonna cuff me?"
Mm-hmm.
Rouge is already flirting, is all I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
She zeroed in.
Yeah. I already know this is in the sub, so I'll point it out.
Yes, please.
In the sub, she makes a BDSM joke. They all laugh at Topaz. In the dub, she's just calling her an old lady.
She does that in the dub. Yeah.
Yeah.
They do call her an old lady later, so that is consistent, actually.
Yeah.
Between the two. She just is not called an old lady here.
Yeah. Rouge, it loves to tease, loves to be on top. That came out wrong. I'm sorry.
I mean, you're right.
No, you're right.
I mean, it's true.
That's what I thought you were being serious. I was like, yeah.
No, you're right.
That's the top, I guess. Yeah. And oh yeah, this lady, she's this lady she's making fun of is named Topaz.
You can say Domine. It's fine.
Yes.
Go with your first instinct.
This lady, she's Rouge the Bat is Rouge the Bat is a very sexual character. In case you haven't looked at a picture of her or heard of her or been online ever.
Rouge the Bat in the show is always striking the pose of chest out, hips back. Always. In every shot.
She's ready to go.
Yeah. She knows Topaz is around.
Rouge is taken to the White House, where she bullies Topaz into getting her a cup of coffee.
She, learns her name is Topaz around here. And she's like, oh, you're named after a gem, huh?
Oh, so you're a gemstone, huh?
Guess I gotta kidnap you like I do the other... No, that doesn't happen. But,
did you know gemstones are my favorite thing in the world?
I'm so happy. I think... I've thought this before, and I will say it here. Maybe the Sonic Elise romance would have been better if it was gay.
If Sonic had a boyfriend?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Probably. I mean, it's still, if you think about it too hard, you can be like, maybe that's weird, but it's just kind of funny. But at least, I think it's just because it's, they're so awkward to each other, too. On top of the whole, cross-species thing. It's oh, you don't even... Okay. You don't even try.
Yeah, I will say... Okay, another thing about the Sonic Elise romance. There is significantly less... Compared to the Sonic 06 art style, Sonic X is a little less...
creepy?
Artistically... what am I looking... What's the word?
Is it, jarring? Because they're, less jarring.
Yeah, Uncanny Valley.
Yeah, they're both cartoons, and they're both kind of anime, but also kind of a little bit Western cartoon. So it's a little less weird than...
hyper-realistic Elise next to cartoon Sonic.
Yeah.
Being can't I kiss you, you cartoon hedgehog?
So Rouge, meets the president. The president's, grilling her, and she's being so casual about being a potential enemy of the state. She gets recruited into the Suicide Squad.
She sure fucking does! She literally gets a bomb put on her. I was like, this is just the fucking Suicide Squad, huh?
Yeah, Topaz was about to open up a door and be like, this is Slipknot, he can climb anything. And it's just Knuckles.
Yeah, Rouge gets a t-shirt that says Daddy's Little Monster on it.
She would!
She would!
She's literally, very, other than, not having to be, like, with the Joker at all, ever, she's kind of a little Harley Quinn. Like, she's kind of got those vibes.
I would say more Catwoman.
Have thought...
She's more Catwoman.
Yeah, she's more of, like, honestly, will steal from you, and you will thank her for it. Kind of vibes.
Yeah, you're right. I can also see Catwoman and the Daddy's Little Monster shirt, the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Who would be? Never mind, I'm not opening that.
I would say Batty's Little Monster.
There we go.
I guess Rouge would also wear that, huh?
Batty's
Yeah. She would make Topaz wear it.
Pretty good. Yes! Batty's Little Monster is so good. What the fuck? I'm so mad.
So... Where the fuck... Oh, yeah. She gets recruited...
We were somewhere.
Squad. Meanwhile, Sonic and his friends go back to the sign and realize what happened, so they're going back to the abandoned factory, which is now actually abandoned.
Yeah, and they're just like, fuck, we wasted so much time, and the children are falling asleep.
They're like, fuck!
We
got tricked.
We spent the whole day going on a non-specified adventure in that other direction.
So Rouge could have her own adventure, honestly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah, move over, Sonic. This is the Rouge show now.
The bomb on her is like a tacky bracelet, and she's like, ugh, I hate this.
Yeah.
So ugly.
Mm-hmm.
I think it kind of suits her, though.
It's an alright bracelet. It's
a little tacky.
Mm-hmm.
She's more of a low-key kind of person, you know?
Mm-hmm. I would not say that, but yeah, sure.
Yeah,
do you see her wearing any of the gems she steals?
No, but she does have a heart-shaped, like, boob thing. I feel like that's not, like, low-key.
But only one.
Yeah, you're right. Mm-hmm. She definitely could have gone...
She could have more.
More, you're right.
Right.
It just stands out when compared to these, like...
Oh, normal people?
Normal people.
These anime people, yes.
And these, like, with these fucking military-ass clothes.
Yeah, with their guns.
I am enthralled by the idea that they did get, that these military people did get a James Bond gadget for this one.
Yeah.
So,
yes.
they, go to... They approach the drop point, which is, Eggman's base. Rouge oh yeah, so, like, throughout the episode, like, Rouge is, like, got the bomb thing, and also, I'll just say the gun guys, have this remote that they can use to detonate it whenever they want. Like, she, like, goes ahead of them to, like, get, like, a rope to, a point of entry. And, like, the guy's considering blowing her up, but Topaz stops him.
Yeah, the guy is like, I could kill her right now. And Topaz is like, no. Let's see what she does.
Mm-hmm.
Topaz hates to see her go, but loves to watch her leave.
Yeah. So, they do a sneaking mission. They sneak along the spiral hallway that seems to make up the bulk of Eggman's base. They spend a non-specified amount of time, and eventually it's almost dawn. They're like, well, we should cut our losses and go. But Rouge sees a room with floors that have a green striped lining, and she thinks this is where we need to go. So she sets off. Topaz goes with her with the detonator.
Once again, all I'm saying is that they fully were in his base. Eggman was asleep.
Yeah.
He's just one guy. He's just a guy. Go get him.
This is why This is why it took a decade to get like Saddam Hussein.
Yeah, they're just like, shit. They're like, damn, we're not. Damn, we ran past our hourly shift. We're not on the clock anymore. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's just a guy. Just go get him. You're in his house.
He could have security. You don't know.
You have guns. Just run.
Just go up.
Just go up. You have like 2 floors left.
So the other the other gun guys like leave, while Rouge and Topaz go into this room. It's got a Chaos Emerald in it.
And also a screaming robot.
Yeah.
The fucking screaming.
The fucking screaming robot.
It like blasts sound waves. It's got sonic weaponry. Funny enough.
Get it?
Like, I don't know how it is in like the sub, but based on your description, it sounds unpleasant.
It's unpleasant, and it says like "Help me," and it's like, what the fuck?
That is fucking weird.
Yeah, no wonder Eggman hates it.
In the dub, they make it a little less obtrusive, but also they do like some fuckery by like making the background music like louder and more distorted.
Interesting.
It's a neat thing to do, I guess.
Yeah.
So Topaz is caught in its grip, and Rouge has to like get it.
Her head's about to explode from the fucking sonic waves, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Like she's trying to do drill kicks, but it keeps yelling, and it like throws off her focus. Eventually, she gets an idea, which is she takes the bomb collar off, which she can do.
Yeah, she can just do it at any time.
She throws it into the megaphone of this like big robot, which is named Noisy, by the way.
Damn, I wonder why.
Topaz just sets off the explosive and blows it up.
Because her hands are free, luckily.
Yeah. Thankfully. And it blows up like the sonic weapon, and Rouge goes in for the kill. Then she takes Topaz in her arms and flies away, escaping an explosion.
Very romantic.
Very romantic.
It's very romantic. And I think, like, that's basically the end of the episode, but, like, we do get, like, a bit where, like, Chris and Danny are sleeping in class because they didn't get enough sleep because they spent the whole night searching in a dark, abandoned factory for a magical rock.
The teacher's like, sorry, I misled you. And it's like, dog, Chris, why are you not suspicious that he knows you went?
Oh, it drives me insane. In next episode, Chris is just like, oh yeah, my teacher just gave me these high-tech goggles for no reason. Aren't they cool?
Yeah.
I was losing my mind. I was like, boy?
Hey, to be fair, no one else said anything either. Amy and Tails were there. They didn't say shit.
If I was Francis, I'd be like, he didn't give me shit. What the fuck?
Mm-hmm. So I think that's a good way to begin episode 12. In the US, it's titled Beating Eggman, Part 1. And in Japan, it's called Eggman's All-Out Base Attack, Part 1.
Should have been called, Eating an Egg.
Mm.
It should have been called Eggs Benedict.
Mm-hmm. So, we learn Sonic's like sitting on the roof thinking about stuff, and he's thinking about how he's been just about everywhere that he can get without like crossing the ocean.
Man, just hop in a boat.
He feels too scared.
Run laps around it if you really need to move. Get on a cruise ship. Those are big.
I think there is a cruise ship episode later on.
Interesting.
So
the place where I had didn't have the first third of this episode for some reason, so I watched it in English. I know this is very inefficient, but I was also like just on my phone, so I was like, watching on YouTube is the easiest thing I can do. Anyway. So I don't know if there's any like funny differences in the first third, you know?
Yeah, Cream's watching more TV. Ella gives her this non-discrepant cake snack. And then the news comes on. The president has an announcement to make. He's going to take any action necessary to stop Dr. Eggman. And we get the OP. We find that Knuckles is also searching for the emeralds. We cut to Chris. We get the Sonic crew here on the X Tornado, and also another one of Chris's friends is here. Her name's Frances. And Chris got cool new goggles that Mr. Stewart gave to him for some reason.
Yeah. Tails is like, oh, did your grandpa build those high-tech goggles? He's like, no, my teacher just gave them to me. And I'm like, man, no one taught you stranger danger, huh?
Chris loves these yellow gamer... These are fucking the Turtle Beach gamer glasses.
Yeah, they are.
He wears them and he can understand... He can see video games better.
Yeah, Chris is like, rate my setup.
Of course, naturally, these glasses are a spy... These glasses are a tracking device, and Mr. Stewart is following after them.
Just in his car, though?
Yeah, just in his car.
Like his sedan?
It must... His normal civilian car.
It's so he isn't suspicious, and
yeah.
I was like, I don't know if you can make these kind of U-turns as a civilian, but alright.
I also don't think it's that easy to follow a jet while you're just, like, in a car.
Right.
No, it's fine. It's normal.
Oh, okay.
They're both fast.
They're both the exact same speed.
The gun team, Gun Team 6, is going over the plans to attack Eggman's base with the president. So the plan is, they're going the military is going to launch an assault on his base by sea and air, and it's going to be a problem because Eggman's well fortified. He's got all sorts of robots and missiles. So while all those guys are fighting for their lives, they're going to send Gun Team 6 to sneak in through the rear.
Yeah, they do just kill a lot of guys in this operation, huh?
Yeah, the planes do blow up in the dub.
Okay, cool. So yeah, there's just a lot of dead people, but it's fine because we don't see their faces.
They fought and died for their country.
It's like Gundam, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, if you don't see them, it doesn't matter.
Famously Gundam, it doesn't matter.
Famously, the thing no one talks about.
Yes.
Yeah.
And there are cool robots in this too. So
wow.
You know. Yeah. Wow. The Rouge is basically going to be in charge of the situation.
She gets first billing.
Mm-hmm.
They literally say that.
They're also trying to get Sonic to help them by taking a diplomatic solution, which is to send the president's aide to demand Sonic help them. This guy, the president's aide, just goes up to the house.
Yeah, this Hunter Biden
Ella
looking
answers, guy. Mm-hmm. This is Joe Biden. He's
Vice President Biden.
He's here at your house.
Because this is before he was president, you know?
Yeah. He's yeah. I guess technically he's Dick Cheney. No, wait, he's well, I guess that is Dick Cheney, that he was the vice president. I was gonna say Bob Dole. Yeah. That makes more sense for this guy, so I'll say Bob Dole. Bob Dole, tells Ella that Sonic has to help, and he and his friends will be given payment and citizenship. He then tries to, threaten her by, referring to Ella by name, because he has, a little book with her name in it.
Yeah, not enjoying how this scene just kind of gets more and more racist as it continues.
Yes, between the Latina stereotype, him being very threatening to her, and also saying the word problemas.
Yeah.
Yeah, not enjoying that. It just kept going.
Mm-hmm. And eventually, he just gets a cleaning bucket in his face. Good.
He does shout to, in the dub, his guards, aren't you guys supposed to take a bullet for me? I'm covered in, cleaning wax now.
So, after this mission fails, Rouge tells the government people that they don't need Sonic for this one. They've got her. She's better.
Yeah, she's cool as hell. She a baddie.
Yeah. Rouge, as the 100% lyrics famously say, Rouge, she's sexy and sly.
Sorry?
Oh, we are going to go... When we get to talk about Sonic Adventure 2 in 2 years or whatever, I'm going to have a lot of fun reading the 100p lyrics for every Knuckles rap.
Ooh.
I don't remember this, and I played Sonic Adventure 2.
Well, that's a great way to slightly segment into my new bit.
Yeah?
Rouge is black.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
don't know how to explain it. Just her entire vibe. This is just a black woman.
Mm-hmm.
No, I kind of get it. I mean, you said, Knuckles is black. I kind of get it with Rouge, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a vibe.
As Austin Walker famously said, Sonic is black and listens to ska.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Oh.
I can picture the exact kind of guy who Sonic is in my mind right now.
Hell yeah.
For better or worse, I'm sure.
It comes with its ups and downs, Yeah. He's got them cornrows in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I'm picturing him.
So, Mr. Stewart is, following the tornado, and the tornado lands in a cornfield. At this point, Tails shows off that the X-Tornado can go into a walker mode called the X-Cyclone.
Yeah,
it can just become a Gundam.
It's just like in Sonic Adventure 2. He does this.
Right.
Maybe he'll do it when we eventually get to the Sonic Adventure 2 adaptation. Mr. Stewart reports in about this.
His codename is Teacher. Did we know this?
Is that the name in the sub? Cause
yes.
That's the name in the sub. In the dub, I think, what was it,
in the dub,
Chalkboard or something?
it's Chalkboard Charlie.
Oh, yeah.
We named an episode after that. We named the episode where he showed up after that.
Yeah, that's true.
Chalkboard Charlie.
It's a great nickname.
Chalkboard Charlie to homeroom.
Okay, I think maybe we did know this already, but I was just like, oh.
So they Tails and friends find the emerald. It's like buried in the ground somewhere around here. So they need to like dig for it. They head to the farmhouse like
digging in the ground for tubers.
They can be digging in ground for tubers.
They can be digging in ground for Chaos Emeralds.
Chris and Francis leave to go get shovels from the farmhouse nearby. And like also the government have like an additional bit of planning, which is since Mr. Stewart knows about this, they're going to like lure Eggman to the Emerald so they can attack the base while he's not present.
So they like let slip to Eggman that where the Emerald is by like making it.
Yeah, Eggman is just like watching Netflix.
Yeah,
right now.
he's just like watching a show.
He's just watching an infomercial.
And suddenly it cuts to like, it seems like it's cutting to like a transmission or something that's being picked up, and it's just like, the Chaos Emerald is in this field or whatever. Mm-hmm. They give a location, I forget what it's called.
Oh boy, we hope Eggman doesn't tap into our signal to hear this. The exact coordinates of the Chaos Emerald.
This cornfield is located near a place called Tingaling Villa.
That's a video game ass name.
I do love when like they're watching the infomercial. Eggman's bored as hell, and his robots are like, "That's rad. Let's call and order some stuff."
They don't say they're gonna order stuff. I don't think in this.
Yeah,
love that.
I wonder if they'll like add in like. I imagine 4Kids might like do more stuff with their dialogue since like they don't have mouths, so they don't have to like worry about matching lip flaps or anything.
Definitely.
Oh yeah, with the robots, yeah, maybe.
So, Eggman gets out his cards. He does the little slot machine game to decide the monster of the week, and it's fun. A big chicken robot with a fan on it.
A big chicken.
A big robot chicken.
Yeah.
To go to the farm with, also.
Going to the farm upstate.
Yeah, they're going to the farm upstate where Major lives, and they fly off while the troops proceed to do their assault on the Eggman base. And Knuckles is also getting in on this by, like, sneaking into the base, where they've got, like, the planes and stuff. Eggman shows up at the cornfield with Fun. And now they have to call Sonic to help. Meanwhile, Tails and Amy try to fight Fun. Fun is very powerful with its powerful fan.
It's like blowing
away the tornado.
Yeah, it blows away the tornado.
It blows away a house.
It blows away the corn. It gets stronger and stronger and starts blowing away the dirt. Mm-hmm. Also, and just like everyone's being blown away. Amy's like in the air.
She's like holding herself in place with like a stick in the ground.
That she like hammers.
She's holding herself in place with like some sticks.
Yeah, she like hammers them in with her big hammer. And
Amy was going vampire hunting before this.
Yeah. Frances, flies away. Frances is the one that flies away, and, Amy catches her.
Let's see, what happens next? So... Meanwhile, Mr. Stewart is, trying to figure out where they are in the cornfield. He, at one point, he gets, corn blown all over his, car. He, has to turn around a bit because, as it turns out, the tracking device flew off of Chris's face and landed somewhere, so he had to go after that. The troops continue their assault on Eggman's base, and Boko and Dako are handling the counterattack. We also see Gun Team 6 and Rouge with her ninja suit.
And her cool stealth... Yeah, her stealth outfit.
Yeah, she's got a ninja suit that shows off her butt real good.
I was like, bitch, you're the only one in a ninja suit, and everyone knows what your shape looks like.
Mm-hmm.
It's for Topaz.
Yeah, fair.
It's for Topaz. Yeah, the president...
She does look good in it.
Yeah. I do like this outfit. It's fun.
It's fun. I was just giving her shit.
Mm-hmm.
She could kick my ass, so I probably shouldn't give her shit, you know?
Yeah.
It's why you should give her shit. You have to win somewhere.
The president prepares for an emergency address, and it goes on TV. Cream watches it, and also Danny, who is in, a crowd somewhere with, also, I don't remember if he had a name, the groundskeeper guy from
He's in fucking
the
Times
baseball
Square.
episode. Yeah. They're in Times Square. So, yeah, the communal Jumbotron. We get some, around this point we get to see, missiles blowing up planes. Those guys, they are definitely dead. Yeah, they don't even...
No, they're fine.
It's not even like G.I. Joe where, they say something about parachutes or we see a guy go out of a parachute or something.
Yeah.
As for all we know...
No, they're fine. They're
dead.
definitely fine.
They're extremely fine.
Mm-hmm.
So fine, in fact, we don't even bother showing them being alright.
They all evacuated in time. Or maybe they're robot planes. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe they're fucking drones. Who knows?
I will say, Gunn does use robots in SA2, so I will note that. So,
true.
Who knows? Sonic has to deal... I just have the line, Sonic has to deal with something, and I don't remember what that is. I guess that it's around this point.
He has to go save his friends.
He has to go save his friends.
Yeah, because he's he hears the address, right? Or Cream tells him about the address, and he's like, fuck, I gotta see, what those crazy military are doing to Eggman's place. But,
first I gotta save my friends.
But Grandpa is your friends aren't here. They're, hanging out in a field somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, shit! But I think he, realizes he needs to save them. And so
because Chris's teacher calls them and does a fake voice and is like, "Hey, so they're all dying in a field."
Mm-hmm. I forgot about that. And Grandpa Thorndyke or whatever, I forget his fucking Charles.
It's Charles or Chuck.
He's just I got this fucking mysterious phone call. Guess we should listen to it.
Mm-hmm.
And he's right to.
My son is dying in a field. My grandson is dying in a field because of Dr. Eggman.
Please go save him, Sonic.
Yeah. So, I think at this point Sonic runs to save Tails and Chris and everyone else, and we get a narrator saying will Will Sonic save them in time? Find out next episode.
Oh.
On Dragon Ball Z.
I don't think the sub gets a fucking narrator.
Mm-hmm.
Well, sometimes the dub is better.
So, I guess they felt to include a narrator. I don't think there are a lot of two-parters in this season, so I don't know if he'll show up again or not.
Yeah,
Special occasion.
They just cut to him, like, running and going to save them. And then it, like...
I guess they just put that in case, like... They were probably doing this once a week, so, like, they probably wanted to let the kids know there's going to be a next episode.
Fair.
So, episode 13, it's the same titles as before, but with part 2 in them.
I think... Yeah.
Yep, they're both, like, Beating Eggman Part 2, Eggman's All Out Base Attack Part 2. The President is giving his emergency address. We see that Knuckles... I forgot to mention it last episode, but Knuckles' way of sneaking in is, like, he sneaks into, like, a plane's missile chambers.
Yeah,
he
just gets in and waits.
And at the start of this episode, surfing on a missile into the base.
He's so excited about this.
Knuckles
so happy.
Is so cool.
He's so hyped for this. I love this bit. It is a cool way.
He's hyped this whole episode. Even when he's, like, kind of about to explode, he's, like, kind of hype.
Yeah.
He's his own hype man.
He gets to do stuff in this one.
For once.
So, he gets into the base that way. Meanwhile, Chris, Tails, Francis, Amy are all dealing with, Fun. Tails is, like, is in the X-Tornado and it's, like, crushing him. But also Eggman calls him a furry urchin, and he is both of those things.
He does not call him that, but God, I wish he did.
Mm-hmm.
In the sub.
Yeah. And then Sonic shows up to save the day. He, like, stops Fun from crushing Tails to death. They dig up the emerald, and then Tails gives Sonic a power ring so he can, like, go through Fun and blow him up. But yeah, they dig up the emerald. Eggman then just grabs the emerald with his, like, Eggmobile and flies away.
Yeah, he just kind of takes it.
So, unlike last episode, what they do is actually go after it and try to get it back. Chris is, like, feeling awkward about bringing Francis along to this life or death situation, but she comes anyway.
Yeah, they hit him with the, well, are you coming?
Well, that is a fair point. He is also a child in a life or death situation. And not like the other children in this life or death situation who have superpowers.
Yeah, who are allowed to be here.
Mm-hmm. So, Mr. Stewart watches the X-Cyclone fly away. And I don't think he shows up for the rest of the episode. I think he just lets the government know about this.
Yeah.
Topaz sets a charge to blow... Wait, shit, I missed this bit. They were, like, going through the base, and they ran into a big robot, so at around this point, Topaz sets a charge and blows it up.
They run into the same type of robot twice, so I can see why you'd, like, have missed it. And also, I, like, kind of forgot that there was multiple times of them running in.
Mm-hmm. It is... I do want to note, just a fun thing something that was just in the back of my mind during, like, these scenes was, like, they're all armed, but they never fire their guns.
Well, of course not.
It would just bounce off the robot, yes.
They're bullet resistant, of course.
They all, like, go to the fucking Eggman base.
Yeah, so they're, like, going to the power core to, like, put some, like, some bombs there and blow it up. Boko and Deiko are getting overwhelmed by the soldiers, and they spot yet another enemy ship and start firing as many missiles as they can at it. But it's actually Eggman.
Womp womp.
He almost got shot down.
Womp
womp. But also the X-Tornado is coming too. We also get, like, at this point, like, the presidential address is just showing the combat scene, and it is showing Sonic on top of the X-Tornado, and, like, Danny slips that, his name's Sonic the Hedgehog, and, like, everyone starts hearing about this. Oh, this is Sonic the Hedgehog.
Other people around him, like, kind of know the name, though, too.
Yeah.
They're like, Sonic.
The president is just showing, like, people die on war footage, right?
Yeah, he's not supposed to show you this, but
I'm not supposed to show you kids this.
He's not afraid to show his people the truth of the situation.
Yeah, he's just running Vietnam War clips.
He's a new kind of president, you know? He's like, gotta show all this stuff on social media.
The people need to know.
Yeah, he's doing a live stream on Twitter right now.
Just the worst.
So, Gun Team 6 run into some more robots, but Knuckles shows up and saves them.
Man, Knuckles is so cool.
And
Rouge seems to be, like, trying to hide that she's here by, like, folding her wings in, even though it's very obvious who the fucking person with the bat ears and the fucking ninja outfit
the bat ears,
is.
the ninja
and the cartoon
outfit, and the fact that she looks like a weird cartoon.
But Knuckles also doesn't say anything. He's just like, alright, well, we gotta
Knuckles is a
himbo,
also.
He does, like, one of them, I think Topaz points out, hey, you're one of Sonic's friends, but he's like, we're not friends.
We're not friends! Fuck off!
I don't think he's cool.
How dare you?
So, they get into they have to go to, he joins up with them to go to the generator and fight robots and stuff. And Knuckles is really into this because, like, he gets to fight and prove he's better than Sonic by doing something Sonic would normally do.
I don't remember him talking about Sonic. Sorry, I was away from the mic for a second. But he did still seem very excited doing this.
Yeah. Rouge, like, says he has an inferiority complex.
He does.
Yes. He does. Eggman sees Sonic and, like, Eggman's gotten back to his base and, like, is controlling the missiles, and he decides to go all out.
He's berating his robots for almost fucking killing him.
Mm-hmm. He, like, gets into this fucking, this gamer chair VR rig thing, so he can directly aim all the missiles at Sonic.
Plug the fuck in.
He's like, gamer time.
Thankfully, Sonic and the Tornado are able to dodge all the missiles. The people watching on the community Jumbotron are cheering for Sonic. He gets into the base, and he starts running, and he runs into Eggman in a mech. But this mech, unlike the usual sort of Eggman mechs, looks a lot like Mazinger Z. I posted this.
I wasn't sure what it was called. I was like, this robot looks familiar, but I don't know what it's called.
Yeah. Classic 70s mech anime, or
maybe Eggman is a fan.
Z, but a little bit different. I guess Eggman's is into 70s anime.
I'm not surprised.
Honestly, there is this sort of feel to a lot of this show that does remind me of, like, that sort of anime. So it makes sense.
It's like yeah, I could see that. But with, like, cleaner lines. Because it's, like, newer. He, like, puts himself in the top of it. Yeah.
He, like, puts his little thing on top.
Carrier thing, yeah. Or what? That's not what it's called. Whatever.
The Eggmobile, I think it's called.
I keep wanting to call it, you know how Bowser has, like, a clown car?
Yeah, the Koopa clown car.
Yeah.
I think the design of the Eggmobile was inspired by the Koopa clown car.
That makes sense.
So, yeah, he's in this, and he's fighting Sonic. Rouge, like, leaves the troops so she can try to find the emeralds, but they're gone now. Wonder where they are.
Where could they have gone?
What could Eggman possibly do with emeralds in an emergency situation? The troops and Rouge all get locked in.
They're all, like, yelling for her to come, but then they get, like, locked in.
Damn.
And they're like, oh, shit.
Yeah, like, the robots, like, are like, are these guys on our side? I'm not sure. Let's just lock them in here until we figure it out from Eggman.
And they're locked in with the bomb that they set.
Yeah, they're locked in with 10 minutes until it explodes. And there's not enough time to defuse the charge.
Don't drink that.
Topaz is in despair. But Knuckles and Rouge are determined to get through, and they just start, like, wailing on the wall.
Knuckles really says, ora, 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 while he's punching
Knuckles
the wall.
Knuckles is so cool.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. Knuckles is punching, Rouge is kicking. Sonic is fighting Mazinger Z, or as it's called in this anime, E18 Gerahard.
I thought you were going to say, like, Egginger Z or something.
Mazineg Z, I don't know.
He's fucking losing.
Yeah, he's not doing good against it, because it's powered by two Chaos Emeralds.
We found them!
Infinite energy, but
infinite
twice.
Energy?
Yeah, I was like, how can you have 2 times? This is like a kid at the playground saying, like, I have infinite energy. Well, I have infinite energy twice.
Get all the emeralds together and you have infinite energy times 7.
Yeah.
True.
You get supersonic. So what Sonic does is he smashes through Mazinger, and he, like, goes through it and, like, grabs the emeralds out of it. And now that he has the power of 2 emeralds, he goes on a super-powered rampage and starts, like, smashing through the robots, smashing up the base. We get this bit where, like, Knuckles is able to, like, punch a small hole into it. And then Sonic just immediately smashes through that
wall.
He
embarrassed.
A much bigger hole.
Knuckles hates it.
Mm-hmm. We get Nuxuge moments, I think. And we're very low on time. They gotta get out of there. The base explodes and the crowd goes wild. Where's Sonic?
Eggman's fucking dead.
Eggman is super dead.
Eggman's dead.
I think everyone on this island is dead, actually, because the explosion is so big, there's like a light surrounding the entire island.
Yeah, I thought at first it had like somehow teleported back to the other world. I was like, I don't think that's what happened. I was like, I don't think that's what happened based on like the little I know about next season and everything. But like,
it would be funny if just like 13 episodes and they're like, okay, they're back.
But just Eggman was sent back to
Yeah, maybe they just showed these first 13 episodes and like everyone was wondering. The execs at Toei were like, oh god, what happens next? Well, I don't think this was a Toei joint. Whatever. The Sega execs are like, what happens next? And they say, well, you gotta give us 3 seasons and we'll do it.
You gotta give us more money.
Mm-hmm. You gotta give us more money.
But yeah, Sonic using the emeralds flies onto the tornado. He's okay. We don't know about Gun Team 6.
No, they definitely all died.
Or Eggman. And that's the end of the episodes. And the end of today's thing. So, before we go to questions, I have a little post-show segment to prepare. Let me grab what I need for it. Alright, I'm back. So, I have in my hands the Sonic the Hedgehog Encyclopedia. 30 years of Sonic the Hedgehog, written by Ian Flynn. And I wanted to, like, read stuff from this for the coming weeks. So, just to note, this book is mostly focused on the games. Like, just looking at the table of contents, it's like all the games, basically all the important games in the order they came out, plus some little, like, side sections. And
all right.
Also, at the end is, like, it's mostly just focused on the games. There is a timeline at the end, but I think that's, like a real-world timeline. Let me see.
Not like the Zelda time?
No, it's not a Zelda timeline. It's just everything from 1991 to 2020, and every game that came out that year. It's not that kind of timeline. Truth be told, the way Sonic works, it doesn't really rely on that kind of timeline.
Yeah.
Like, the most I can say is, like, there's a couple games in, like, the 2000s that sort of have a story arc for Shadow. And those ones, that's pretty much all that matters. And even then, those are, like, basically just coming out in the order, like, the games were released. So, we get a little foreword from Takashi Iizuka. Just talking about, hey, Sonic, it's 30 years old. We've had a lot of good and bad experiences with Sonic, and we even got to do that movie we planned for, like, 20 years. I'll just read. So, what I wanted to do with this is, we will read the various entries. We're not going to read everything right away. I'm going to read, like, stuff we've covered, and also games that are too small to cover. Like, stuff I can't really dedicate a whole episode to. So let's start off with some information from the 16-bit Sonic the Hedgehog, the original game for the Genesis and Mega Drive. Let's see. Just to note, let's see, some stuff in here. The story. Dr. Eggman seeks out the mystical South Island, which floats freely throughout the ocean. He's hunting for the Chaos Emeralds that are said to be hidden there. Sonic learns the Doctor is up to no good, and sets out to stop the villain and save the animals of South Island. Cut content. Sonic was supposed to be part of a band. Most of the members...
What?
Oh, yeah. Most of the members were lost to time, but Vector the Crocodile went on to appear in Knuckles Chaotix.
Oh, hell
yeah.
Yeah,
here's a little fun fact. There was, like, this old promotional art of, like... It was, like... I think it was concept art of, like, Sonic being part of a band. Like, he was... It was him, Vector, a rooster, and a bunny... And I think maybe Madonna, who was his human girlfriend.
And the real world singer Madonna.
Yes.
Like Madonna the singer?
I guess. Well,
yeah,
she
real world Madonna.
I don't really know enough about Madonna to say, but she is just named Madonna.
So it's funny because, like, eventually Sonic Underground is made. And that's, like,
yeah, that's what I was
completely different.
Yeah, it's a very different band.
If Sonic was in a band now, who would you have him in a band with and on what instruments?
Well,
I do like Vector.
We already
in the
said
band.
that Sonic loves ska. So,
yeah.
Let's see, we need a bassist, we need brass, probably a drummer.
I could see Tails playing a brass instrument, kinda.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Tails loves his trombone.
Yeah. Knuckles... I could see Sonic on a bass.
You thinking Knuckles for drums?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Knuckles goes on drums.
Yeah, Knuckles can keep a rhythm.
Who's singing? I guess Sonic's singing. Maybe they're all singing.
Rouge is singing.
Rouge is singing. Great.
Rouge is singing. Shadow is screaming.
Sonic's... Shadow's in his own band that sometimes collabs.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shadow is, like, featuring, but, like, it seems he's featuring on, like, 90% of the songs on the album.
We've got... It lists off the zones. The Spring Yard zone... It doesn't show the, like, screenshot of it, but the Spring Yard zone description makes a reference to, like, the Cope sign that's there. As a reminder, in the Spring Yard zone, there's just, like, a bunch of signs that say things like Sonic, Sega, and one that just says Cope.
Someone makes
sometimes you just gotta.
To Cope.
Labyrinth Zone talks about the panic-inducing drowning music.
Yeah,
it also names all the bosses. Like, the first zone, Egg Wreckers. Second zone, Egg Scorcher. Third zone, Egg Stinger. Fourth is just him in the Eggmobile. Starlight, Egg Spiker. Scrap Brain does not have a boss, but the final zone has the Egg Crusher. Also, there's a special stage. Here's another fun fact. Cut content. Early concepts had Sonic grabbing onto eagles to be flown to new regions and having a human partner. These ideas didn't see the light of day until Sonic the Hedgehog 2006.
And everyone hated it.
Yeah. We get a page dedicated to all the little animals Sonic can rescue.
He does not have a human partner. Like, or she doesn't do anything. Like, I thought when you said partner, you meant like a Tails type beat.
Right. Yeah,
yeah, it's just a regular human, but he has two tails.
Yeah. I think this factoid is referencing Madonna, who I just talked about.
Right.
She was on tour, so she couldn't.
Then.
Yeah. So we've got the animal page. We've got Clucky the chicken, Flicky the songbird, Pecky the penguin, Picky the pig, Pocky the rabbit, Ricky the squirrel, and Rocky the seal.
Very similar names.
Yeah. This is also historical revisionism because, famously, the chicken used to be named Cucky.
Poor Cucky.
It also notes that the small animals served as the basis for many characters in the comic books and cartoons that began in the 1990s. And we do, like, Rotor the Walrus, we've got Sally Acorn, and Johnny Lightfoot and Porker Lewis.
But no Cucky, huh?
They didn't make a chicken. Although, I will note that there is like way later on in the Archie comics, around when Ian Flynn has like really established himself. There is a comic exclusive character who has a band, and like the chicken and the rabbit that were part of Sonic's band are members.
That's cute.
Has there ever been a goose character?
I can't think of one, but I feel like I know there's been ducks, but I can't think of any geese. I don't think so.
Well, just gonna keep that one for later.
We get a list of the enemies. Let's see. We get another fun fact about Dr. Ivo Robotnik, his name, and how the name was changed to Robotnik in the West. He was always Eggman in Japan.
Come here. She's mad.
We get our new faces for this game. Sonic the Hedgehog and Dr. Eggman. It like shows off their sprites. Sonic's profile says, "The fastest thing alive." Sonic debuts with his signature spin jump and spin attack abilities. If he can get up enough speed, Sonic can roll through many walls and enemies. Sonic is usually laid back and cool, but he's driven to fight injustice. Not in the name of the law, but for the ideal of freedom. Dr. Eggman. A mad genius who seeks to conquer the world with his machines. He's the reason all those adorable little animals have been crammed into robots. He seeks the Chaos Emeralds to power his ever-growing mechanical empire. And that's the page for that one.
You know what I do love about the fact that Eggman puts, like, animals into robots? Is it always just kind of seems like the robots don't need the animals, he just likes putting them in there.
I think they're supposed to be like some sort of power source, but it's not. It is a very odd approach.
Yeah, they're just like all right in there. He just likes putting them in.
That wraps up this week's Sonic Encyclopedia segment. We'll go over another one next time.
Alright. We're gonna have to not spend too long on these questions.
Let's go over them real quick. We've only got like 3, I think. Just to note, these are all on the Discord.
I'm sorry, she's very chatty.
That's so funny. It's okay.
It's honestly great. I'm totally cool with
it's good
cat
content.
noises in the background.
She's mad that my door is shut.
It enhances the experience.
It's just funny, because that's why I keep laughing, sorry.
But yeah, just to note, we set up Ask Posts before the recording. You can answer there or on the Discord. People usually go with the Discord because it's pretty convenient.
Yeah.
A few more minutes and then you'll be free.
Let's see, if we want to make it quick.
No, we have time. I just don't want to drag them out.
Right. So Jasmine asks, what fun heist would y'all put Rouge through?
I do want her to be in an Ocean's 11 type movie.
Yeah, I want her...
Or whichever one has all the women. I know there's one that's like all the women.
Ocean's 8 style movie, or she steals the Declaration of Independence.
Oh, that would be great.
That'd be great.
I'm just thinking about her being in our hypothetical, like, Sonic Suicide Squad.
It's so good.
Led by Dr. Starling.
It's so good.
Let's see.
I feel like playing Rouge in a heist, like, tabletop game would be cute.
That would be fun.
I'm suddenly thinking of Payday 2. Put her in... I don't know why. I'm just thinking the jewelry store with the fun little tiara that you can get in that one. It's like a joke among Payday fans that Vlad has you steal a tiara. That's his tiara. Let's see. What job will Miss Angela Cab get once the job of policing is snapped out of conceptual existence? And obviously, she joins Rouge as her partner in crime,
Angela
or
Cab.
possibly a very intensely romantic rival. Either one of those.
They become, since she can't be like the top rival anymore, she just becomes like the rival art thief.
Ooh.
Yeah, she's the art thief. What theme would your personal
team... They sometimes
team
collab, but mostly they're against each other.
Jasmine asks, what theme would your personal team of helper bots have?
Whichever ones will clean my fucking room.
Oh, that gives me a good idea. Like, what if it's just like, they all function as Roombas. Like, they're cute little robots that all like scoot around on the floor and can clean it.
Yes. Absolutely. Or they could like, maybe mine, if I want them to be like themed, they can be like all birds, since my persona is a bird.
Kitty the cat, Violet, asks, how great is it that Rouge the treasure hunter / jewel thief to have a girlfriend named Topaz? And I gotta say,
pretty good.
They were made for each other.
It's pretty good.
It's really good.
Too bad she's a cop.
She is a cop.
She's a cartoon cop.
She's a cartoon cop.
What sort of robot would you make to fight against Sonic the Hedgehog if you've only got 4 hours to make one? And boy, do I have an answer for you.
It's just a big fishbowl.
Mine would be that robot from Deltarune.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the machine designed to thrash your ass.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm thinking I take one of my Roomba robots and put just put a knife with like a motor on it so that it like swings around as it moves closer.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna get a washing machine robot.
I'm just picturing a Rotom.
Yeah, I'm gonna get Rotom Wash.
Oh yeah.
He's a little small, so maybe you want like an alpha Rotom Wash or something.
Could you imagine an alpha Rotom Wash?
It'd be pretty good.
It would be really good.
Spike asks, what are your feelings on Rouge's voice in X? How mean was it to have a rogue named Rouge?
I mean, the voices are different between the sub and the dub, so I thought the sub voice was fine.
This show was my introduction to Rouge, so like, I don't think I'm particularly harsh on it. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
She's got one of my Valentine's voice actors, but not the good one.
Boo. Damn, what if it was good, My Valentine, though?
Mm-hmm.
Even better.
Emmy the Mouse asks, so Rouge and Topaz is probably the only gay subplot in the show, right? They're definitely won't be multiple male characters who are in love with Sonic.
I only ever saw the first season of the show. So I don't know.
Well, the season 2 finale is very interesting.
It has an on-screen kiss between Knuckles and Sonic. Yes, we all know.
Yes. Knuckles, you know, he's not Sonic's friend, but maybe he's something else.
Yeah, maybe he's something more.
And, of course, it goes without saying that
Shadow's there.
Shadow is there in the second season. And the third season.
Yeah.
Sonic's biggest and best enemy.
Yes. Come here.
You're gonna kiss Eggman, is that what you're saying?
Yeah. So.
Kill him with kindness.
Mm-hmm. So, that wraps up our questions. Let's take it to the close. I'm Dan.
Roll?
Oh, fuck, I forgot to roll, even though I had the dice in my hand. Thank you for reminding me. Let me roll for next episode. That's an 8, but 8's... I think 8... Let me make sure. I think 8 is Sonic X, which means I'll have to re-roll.
No, we can just keep going.
You know what? I did establish the no re-roll rule so I could spend less time talking about Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. If both of you want to talk about more Sonic X next week, we can do that.
I'm down with that.
Sure, but not 3 weeks in a row.
Yeah, it has been a while since the last time we got to talk about Sonic X, so let's keep going.
Sure.
Let's see. I'm Dan. You can find me at a lot of places, and you can find all those places at linktr.ee/big_challenges. From there, you can find my Twitter at BiggerChallenge. You can listen to my other podcasts, which include Pod of Greed, a Yu-Gi-Oh podcast. We are officially halfway through season 3. It's getting more interesting now that they aren't stuck in a desert.
Is that 3 of 4? Or how many are there?
There are a total of 3 seasons, though there are a total of 4 seasons.
I was about to say.
Got dubbed.
Soon
everyone's going to have to become sub-gang.
Yeah.
Yeah. The last episode of season 3 is not dubbed.
Interesting.
Or what you could do is Pedigree dubs all of season 4.
God. That's too
just
much
throwing
work.
that out there.
Mm-hmm.
Or Patreon goal, they rehire 4 kids to dub season 4.
Yeah. Also to note for the Pot of Greed, our next recording is going to be a bonus episode where we talk about Too Fast, Too Furious. It's on our Patreon only, though. So you gotta subscribe to that to listen to it. But it's only $1.
Not bad.
You can listen to Video Games, the movie, the podcast. A video game movie review podcast I do with my friend Maxie. This month's movie is Dobutsu no Mori, aka Animal Crossing the movie. Came out in 2006 to promote Wild World. It's pretty good. Well, I like it, but it is a little dull.
The word that Elizabeth Leaf Crunch said was laid back.
Yeah, it's an Animal Crossing game. It's supposed to lay
It is
back.
a slice of life anime, but limited to movie length. You can listen to my finished podcast, Chillbleed, about Illbleed, and my inactive podcast, Stranger's Fiction, which is an actual play. And you can also visit at Xbox_holiday, where Usher celebrates holidays with Xbox. It'll have passed by the time you hear this, but happy St. Patrick's Day, Xbox. Let's see. That's all my plugs. Morg, where can we find you?
You can find me at Haunting the Morg on Twitter. That's Haunting the MORG. You can also find me on my other podcasts, Departure Lounge, which is on hiatus, but it is Hunter x Hunter. My active podcasts are Digimon Ghost Gaze, a Digimon Ghost Game Watch podcast, and Forward for ReZero, a ReZero rewatch podcast. It'll probably be a while till it's out. It's like every other week, so like a month from now, but we did have, Jordan from Slappers Only and Kyle XY and various podcasts.
Yeah, I need to avoid. I might have to talk with the Pot of Greed crew about getting Jordan on for season 3 of Yu-Gi-Oh.
What a season to jump into!
GX. Yeah,
what a season! Yeah,
I mean, I have in my mind who I want the last 3 guests for the season to be.
Ooh.
I will say, 2 of them probably have no idea what's going on.
Good.
I'm excited. I want to know who they are. I'm kind of behind on the podcast, so I also don't know what's going on right now.
Let's see, you can listen to... Wait, that's not me. I'm sorry.
Nope.
I jumped on your bit.
I'm fine. I'm done. I already said my podcasts and my Twitter and stuff, so I'm actually good to go, and Devon can plug his stuff.
You can find me on Going Well Hunting, also a Hunter x Hunter podcast. And you can find me on Twitter at Groovin Ghastly. That's it. That's all I am. You can also hear my cat in the back yelling because the door's closed.
Oh!
What? 2 minutes.
And...
Right.
That,
so noisy.
She's very mad.
That's everything. So, you can also find us on Twitter at Shuffle Sonic, on our Discord, which is in the show notes. It's on the Twitter. And you can find us on Noisepace.xyz. Noisepace.xyz, podcast network, home to many, many great shows. Has a Z because the person who runs it is Canadian. You can listen to this week's alphabetical shout-out, Digimon Ghost Game.
Oh,
it's a Digimon Ghost Game anime watch-along podcast with Emery, Elvier, and Morg. I need to catch up on both the anime and the podcast, but I have to catch up on the show first, then the podcast. But I've heard good. I've enjoyed what I've listened to. It's really fun.
Thank you.
I love all the energy of the hosts.
Thank you. I don't know how to take a compliment.
Yeah. The latest episode to go up is episode 20. I know you're in trouble, but this is cute. Went up on March 7th, 3 days before the recording. There'll probably be an episode 21 by the time you hear this.
Oh, yeah.
Is there? I swear there's like a... Isn't there like a week off or... Right. 21's a mailbag episode.
Yeah. Yes. No,
22
is
a mailbag.
22 is a mailbag.
21
episode.
Did have an episode.
22, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We are 1 week behind the,
That's right. You've got... That's right. The episodes are recorded when the free feed drops.
Yes.
And I was on it, too.
Yes.
That was
a good episode.
It was a good episode. I got to talk about a weird, wacky racers CG segment, or CG short.
It was very weird and funny.
You can also listen to shows on the network page, which aren't part of Noisepace, but are part of the, but are run by friends of the network. this week's alphabetical shout-out for there is Corner Spotty. It is... the description reads, weekly discussions of a deteriorating world, all from the comfort of your local smoke-filled Spotkauf.
Yes.
I don't know how that's pronounced.
It's a German, it's in English, but it's a German-based, politics podcast primarily, but they're very, funny, so they're, chill about it, you know? They're kind of I would kind of group them with, they have kind of a Trash Future-ish vibe, if you know that podcast. But one of the hosts was on an HKIP episode.
Right. Cool. Let's see. I'll note the most recent episode of that to go up was also on March 7th, titled Rob Speaks with Volodymyr Ishenko, I think.
They probably have a lot to say about what's happening right now. And
looks like it goes up weekly.
Yeah, they're pretty consistent.
That's it for that. So, until next time, Sonic is real, he is strong, and he is my friend.
He's the only Blue Live that matters.
The only one.
Sorry, Topaz.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.